All right, Paul Watson's about to take over. We got a bunch of calls here, Jeremy in Kansas and others. I'm not sure if we have time to take those. But Craig Sawyer's here. He's going to be in studio with us tomorrow talking about the military veterans standing up and speaking out for Trump. Because under Obama, you know, active duty can't say, hey, stop doing what you're doing. But a lot did when they tried to back al-Qaeda and ISIS in the last 5 years in Syria. But now the media is trying to act like, oh, active duty shouldn't support the president and veterans shouldn't either. So there's Mr. Sawyer's in studio with us. Tomorrow we can punch him up for TV viewers here at InfoWars. And then again, Paul Joseph Watson's coming up in a minute. So we're excited to have him here with us. He's also one of the top advisors to Hollywood and all the stunts and you know, reality-based stuff. So I'm looking forward to him because I talked to Q and I talked to Tim and others. I said, we'll get the military, you know, to start speaking out and talking about what's happening because the fight has just intensified to restore the republic. So is he coming in here? Or are they coming in here? Going to come get me. He's going to SWAT team me. Hey, but Paul Watson, so that's exciting tomorrow. Paul, tell us what you got coming up, my friend.
We've got Tim Pool fresh back from Sweden. Obviously, he went there to investigate the link between mass immigration and crime. Very interesting how he was treated by the media. So we're going to get to that in the second half of the hour. But I was just thinking about the censorship issue, Alex. You know, with this Facebook thing where they're basically banning every second InfoWars post that I make by declaring it spam, I thought it could have been because I was posting it on both my Facebook accounts at the same time because I've got two separate accounts. But then yesterday, Adon wrote the article about the Homeland episode, the season with you in it, with them smearing you as this fake news character. I posted that on my Facebook page once. Within an hour, it was banned as spam, disappeared from Facebook altogether. So this censorship is really coming down hard.
So they create a fake character where we set up veterans and lie about people and support terrorists. They admit the character is supposed to be me, and we can't respond to it on Facebook. I mean, this is an unprecedented info war.
Totally. Oh, and by the way, that show is a total failure. It used to be good. Now it's, you know, social justice 101. Their ratings are completely collapsing. They falsely predicted that there would be a female president. That never happened. So they're a total joke. They're losing their audience. The other thing I've noticed, Alex, is on YouTube. You know, with social media, you've got Facebook and Twitter. Twitter is kind of a tiny echo chamber of leftists. But what I've noticed on YouTube is that all these major SJW channels, these leftist channels like MTV News, Lacey Green, all these feminists, they're all giving up. They're all just quitting their YouTube channels because we're completely whooping their ass on
That's
YouTube.
right. And meanwhile, the MTV, Viacom, Sumner Redstone also produces Homeland Against Us, has Snoop Dogg saying kill the president, which is totally illegal. I mean, look, I'm all for free speech. And I should add Craig Sawyer, formerly at SEAL Team 6, a lot of other great stuff, great patriot, and a fellow Texan. He's going to be on tomorrow. That's going to be exciting, Paul. But I'm telling you, we're on the march, like well, folks like Drudge have said. Why don't we build our own platforms? We've done it. We know we would get kicked off Facebook and Twitter at a certain point. They're doing it because they're panicking, Paul.
No, precisely. And I mean, I've seen comments from people, you know, leftist SJWs who admit they've taken over YouTube. The far right has taken over YouTube. And it's not the far right. It's just anyone with a shred of common sense. But it's true. All the top YouTubers, down to people like JonTron and PewDiePie, and people like Philip DeFranco, they've got millions and millions of subscribers. They've been red-pilled. They're gradually coming out with a similar message to us. And now the establishment is in a blind panic. That's why they went after PewDiePie with these smears.
That's right. They're totally panicking. You're taking over right after the break. Thank you, Paul Joseph Watson. We still have our own platform, our affiliates across the country. We're kicking their ass, so they want to just kick us off the playing field. Totally un-American. And their whole little Islamic worship fest that's happening in Europe. They want $53 million fines for anybody that basically posts news against the globalist in Germany. It's not going to work. That's in the Associated Press, folks. So they now admit the censorship. They admit the communist Chinese are advising on it. Good luck selling that because you plan to do all this with Hillary in, but you didn't get the witch in. Paul Watson's coming up. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, see, I told you so, that communist Chinese-style net censorship was coming to the web, because it's already here. It's being announced. The way you keep the internet open and free is you get involved more than ever. Go to Infowars.com/app. A new battleship in the fight. Infowars Live, available right now. We're looking for a crew to man it. You gonna sit down and play games and be a trendy? Or are you gonna be part of history? Don't sit by and let the internet and free speech be stolen from you. Take action.